So today we'll be replacing the lug nut and the bolts, because last time on the last video I had removed the lock lug nut and we never replaced that one, and then it ended up getting stripped, so I got a new bolt. I ended up getting a new lug nut for it, but it ended up stripping the bolt, and then the lug nut got stripped again, and then I bought another one and the same thing happened. So I'm just gonna take care of it all and I'm just gonna replace it. I saw a video on YouTube earlier and he had a special tool, but he said if you don't, you just get some washers, put it on, and then you'll put it on, and then that'll cause it to like push. And what you want is, you want these rings to go all the way inside, and then so they'll be like that, and then you want these teeth to be flush, and it'll stay like that. And all you got to do, it's pretty simple, you just bang it out, put it in, and then tighten it. But on some cars it has the heat shield, the brake dust shield, so you may have to grind that, but hopefully you don't have to do that with this one. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it takes 10 minutes. Say not the control arms, but the bottom subframe of the car. This is where you lift it up in Jeeps. I'm doing it a little over here so I can put the jack stand right under here. Mobile mechanic, got your oil change in here, little tools, and the big boy. This is what we want. And I only need to replace this one. This is the one. You can tell it has the most surface rust because it hasn't had a lug nut on it. It was time to take off the brake caliper. As you can see, this is the new brake line we had put in last time, and it comes over here. So we put in a new brake line that goes all over here, connects up here, and then we replaced the caliper, put new pads, put new rotors on it. As you can tell, these are pretty new still, but the other ones, man, they were fucking terrible. Because the rotor got stuck, so it just stayed on and it clamped the whole time, and then it ruined the other pair of rotors we had. So that we got the new line. But that video is on my channel, I believe. But yeah, now you just take these two bolts off and that'll come out. And what's good about the Jeep is the brake shield, it has a little cutout right here and right here, so we can spin the rotor. We can just spin this bitch and it'll line up and we'll have it right there. But yeah, so now to take this off. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to take out the big bolt in the back that holds the whole caliper together, and I got it off, which is this really big one. And if you can't, if it's too tight, so you put it on, what you want to do is you either want to get a breaker bar and fit it here, or if you can't, you put pressure on it, right, like you're ratcheting it, and you hit it with something, but make sure you keep pressing it up here so it always has tension. So on each hit, just keep tapping it, and then it's gonna slowly move, and then it'll get looser and looser. And that's what I did for both of them because I couldn't put my breaker bar in there. So be careful because your caliper will fall. Now the caliper is gonna come on. We're just gonna set it on top over here. So this is what I was talking about, the brake shield. Some of them, they say you have to grind it out. Luckily on this one, they've already thought about that. So I just rotated it to right here, and I can just bang it out and it'll come in, and then I can put the new one in right there. So that's a good thing about the Jeep, that, you know, it's already off-road built, so you don't gotta cut this. Some of them you do, and then they say, you know, you just there you go. She's out. There we go. So as you can tell, it's a little bent and it's not straight. Goes in, and this is what I was talking about. So this is what I'm talking about. This has to go flush in there, and the only, you know, you're not gonna bang it in there. So there's a tool online that's like a little, it's like a little bearing, and you put it there and you tighten it, and it's a bit thicker. But what I saw that he said is if you don't have that, you just get one of these and just do that, and it'll smush inside. But I'm gonna add a little bit more washers. Did it, you know, worked first try. So here we are. As you can tell, almost in there. My brake caliper moved and I know it's gonna fall. So, alright, and it's almost there. Almost. God damn it. Of course something happens. This one got stuck. There we go. There we go. That's it. Put a little NICs over here. You should be good. But we're not a little NICs, so. They are on there. And there you go. That is how you replace the wheel lug nut and the bolts. And it didn't take that long, honestly. I almost fucked up because I almost cross-threaded the wrong bolt. So I would have had to done that again. But luckily I only had to do it one time for the one bolt and it's done. That's it. As long as it says, the dude said you needed a special tool. It would be nice to have that one, but luckily the washers just worked for me perfectly. So there you go. There's the car. Perfect. And as you can tell, these don't have the wheel locks because we took them off, and as you can see in my other video. But that was all that's left to do. Now the brake line is fixed, caliper's fixed, rotor's fixed, and now the whole wheel's fixed. But I guess now for another project, I'm gonna put a little car bondo on here, you know, sand it a little bit, just make it look nice, and maybe we'll paint the wheels. It has a little bit of rust over there. This Jeep does actually see lots of off-road and sand and whatnot wherever my parents take it to, and I've also gotten this car stuck about like this deep in mud. That whole tire was just sunken in the ground, and it was a bitch to dig out. Put some rocks under there. Luckily there's a shovel in here.